But man, Disney is really taking over because we got one more thing here to talk about, and it's about Disney yet again. Steamboat Willie's Mickey Mouse is now public domain. Raul,
Hmm.
take it away, my friend.
All right, so we got this article from Time Magazine here. Disney has fought to keep its copyright of the famous cartoon character as long as possible, lobbying the U.S. government to extend copyright production before it was originally set to expire in 1984. Many lawmakers agreed, and in 1976, the law was changed to allow owners to retain copyright protections for the duration of the life of the author plus an additional 50 years. In 1998, Disney once again successfully lobbied along with other entertainment companies to extend copyright protections to life of the author plus 70 years for a maximum of 95 years.
Jeez.
But in January 2024, the copyright on Steamboat Willie officially expired, and Mickey Mouse is now officially in the public domain. We'll talk about it. There's some stipulations there. We'll talk about it. This means that now anyone in the U.S. can use the Steamboat Willie version. There you go, Steamboat Willie version of the Mickey Mouse character without fear of copyright infringement. Copyright laws vary by country, so in some places Mickey remains protected. Since the start of the year, a trailer for a Mickey Mouse horror film, Jesus, has been released, while other digital creators have edited the footage from Steamboat Willie to make it sound as if Mickey is using profanity. Whew, weird. Nevertheless, Disney still retains some protections of the Mickey Mouse character. Versions of Mickey Mouse that were released after Steamboat Willie that feature his quintessential red shorts and big eyes remain protected. Well,
That's a lot.
this is so strange. I mean, we knew that this expiration was coming up. We've known this for a while, but it's so strange that this has happened, and it's weird to think because for years it's like public domain stuff. You're like thinking, oh, Wizard of Oz, or like Moby Dick, or like all these really old things. But Mickey has been like, Mickey is like such a more recent character, in recent decades and stuff.
Yeah.
And to finally hear that this version of Mickey, the beginnings version of Mickey, is now in public domain is so mind blowing to me. And of course, as the years go on, it's just this version of Mickey. As the years go on, we'll start to see the other versions of Mickey start to go into the public domain as well, in addition to like Donald Duck and Goofy. So we're hitting this. This is the start of what is to come in like a series of events that will lead to all these versions of Mickey slowly going in the public domain. This is crazy. What do you think, Kevin?
I think it's interesting that we have friends who are starting to take advantage of this as well. Shout out
Yes,
to our buddy Brock, who is a YouTuber slash
Brock
voice
Baker.
actor. Brock
That's
Baker,
right.
very talented guy, super funny, and he's done his own YouTube videos now based on this stuff, which we were just talking about earlier today. He was copywritten the moment he posted the video because I guess YouTube isn't
Yeah,
up to date yet
they
on the
slapped a
fact that it's
copyright claim on him. Yeah,
so.
which
Come
is
on, YouTube, let's
it's
fix
just
it.
it's still so new, right? This is when this episode airs, it will be January 6th. Today it's January 5th, and this just happened on the 1st. And so it is still so new. I don't doubt that it'll take a while for like YouTube, because I'm sure they got this, they get these their auto kind of programs that automatically flag these things. They have this stuff kind of in place. So I'm sure it's going to take a while for YouTube to maybe go in there and tweak stuff, and so it's really weird. Yeah.
Definitely. That and also, let's go back to these movies that they're doing. Like they're
Oh
working on a
God.
scary movie. I've seen scary games now of Mickey Mouse. Like you could tell people knew this domain thing was about to take place really soon. So
Yeah.
they were like, why don't we start working on this months in advance or a year in advance so that
Yeah.
by the time the domain is done, we can put it out. Um,
They didn't waste any time. They didn't waste any time. Everybody jumped on that. Everybody planned to use the Mickey Steamboat Willie image. Everybody was like circling like vultures, like, oh, here we go, here we go, here
yeah.
comes the date, here comes the date. Bam, I'm doing a horror movie. Bam, we're doing a horror video game. Like, everybody just jumped right on it.
It
Nobody's wasting any
Well, like,
time with
it
this.
makes sense,
Weird.
right? Like, as a business company kind of stuff, like business-wise, money-wise, you want to make money when you mostly can. So the moment this thing happens, people should be like ready to go with that stuff so that they
Sure,
can.
sure.
It's what's hot
It's
at
just,
the moment. But like, ask me in another year if another Mickey Mouse game like that will matter. No, 100% no. It's
yeah,
only popular right now because of what's going on at the moment.
yeah.
But also, I want to mention another thing, which is the fact that Disney and a bunch of entertainment companies were able to extend the copyright stuff for
Right.
95 years. Like, again,
It's
listen to this. It's
insane.
protection to life of the author plus 70 years for a maximum of 95 years.
That's crazy.
Insane. Like,
They wanted to protect as long as possible. Disney wanted to protect Mickey.
now we know that it's, if there's copyright stuff from other stuff, whenever we find things that are back in domain, like we live in the generation where like this stuff is not very common, and when it does happen, we're like, oh my god, we can all use Winnie the Pooh now. Like, that's cool. We can all use Mickey
Yep.
Mouse now.
Winnie the Pooh is now public domain. That's right.
That's crazy. Like, in another 100 years, there's going to be so many IPs that will be in this exact type of setting. People are going to be able to talk about Goku and Dragon Ball Z in like another 100 years, kind of thing. Like, or maybe not 100 years. Maybe actually the original creator hasn't passed away yet. So there's a bunch of different IPs that we know and love now. That
Right.
if you're listening to this show 100 years in the future, for some reason, how did you get here? Welcome. Well, I hope the future's bright. You probably have way more stuff in your domain. Like, you can use this stuff now whenever you want, and not worry about being copywritten like our buddy Brock. Sorry, Brock, but we love you. But yeah, I think it's a very interesting thing. It goes to show how much power big companies also have, which is a little on the scary side, but at the same time, it's a money thing. We're in this.
Yeah.
We're I if I
It feels icky. It does feel a little icky.
We work in a mixed economy kind of thing. It's a weird icky thing, but thankfully we have laws to control that, so that's another thing. But yeah, that's Mickey Mouse, man. That's Mickey Mouse. I hope I get to see people do like music videos now with Mickey Mouse in black and white, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Get ready to start seeing already all the YouTube videos coming out now using it, all the movie announcements, and get ready. This is just the beginning.
and I've already seen like a bunch of gifts that people have made, or like artwork that people are starting to sell as Mickey Mouse. So you can make money now off of Disney product, technically, with that type of domain. However, like it said in the article, the future styles and versions of Mickey Mouse are still protected. So that's,
For now.
yeah, for now. That's an interesting thing to look at. But it's also weird for us because this character is so relevant to us that you can't imagine that it's just free to use when Disney's clearly still using Mickey Mouse right now as we speak. But it was the same thing with Winnie the Pooh, right? But we can talk about like, the Wizard of Oz. That's a domain thing now. We can talk about like other things from like the 40s, and the 1920s, that we don't discuss anymore. Now it's just up for grabs. So there is that. But I don't know. That's all I got on this topic, Raul. Anything else from you, man?
No, again, just like get ready. We're gonna start seeing it all. And then of
Oh,
course as the years go by, oh
here we
boy.
go. We're gonna start swearing, everybody.
I'm telling you, man, they've already done it. Mickey's now swearing. It's so strange. But yeah, that's all I got to say about that. This will be interesting to see what happens now.